Hey, one more again. I hope everybody is blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. So, if this is your first time stopping by my channel, just love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family, just thanks so much for the support on the videos. It's truly appreciating. We're all going through different changes and shifts in our life that is really going to enrich and bless us with blessings that we never seen coming. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste. Love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me, even if it's about the positive feedback of the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life, and heading you towards a positive direction. If you feel like the videos are very informative to you, give you good vibes, or good inspiration that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment, excuse me, y'all, and need confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, or just need spiritual guidance, please go ahead and share. While you're at it, give it a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. So greatly appreciated. And I love y'all from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that you're able to resonate with the content of my video. Y'all, if you ever drink some juice or something like that and you have this burp that wants to come up, and I'm trying not to do this while I'm on video because I just started another video and I felt one come up and I was like, ooh, that just got away from me. But I apologize for that. But yeah, it's like stuck right there and it needs to come up, and I just don't like doing that. That's like so rude. But the music that I'm listening to in the background is called 3 Hours of Relaxing Music. No loops, music, nature, sounds, and stress relief. And I will place that link in the description box below. And my video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. Uh, Heyoka's Become Fearless in Your Life becomes limitless. It is so true, so true. Y'all, I had to go to the store. It's like I'm very like uh like what I buy like a whole lot of cleaning supplies and like smell goods from the store like every week, and it's bad when people know me, like, hey girl, how you doing? I'm just like, God dog, you've been able to hear too much, like it's like your neighbor or something came in there. But it's like, since all this stuff is going around and then they got cough and colds and stuff, I've been buying these extra things. But um I'm like a smell freak. I love like, smell good candles. I used to love the incense, but the incense is like it's too really foggy and stuff like that and leaves a lot of dust everywhere. So I stopped using those. But they got these new ones. I'm not they're not my sponsor or anything, but I'm giving these. I was telling one of my soul niece, my spiritual niece, I was telling her about that. Especially if you have like animals, and I have like a male cat and a female cat, and it's like the male cat, his urine is very strong, so I just don't like that smell. But I always like when I can come into my house, or somebody comes to my house and I'm like, Rosalind, it feels so comfy there. They don't want to leave because it always smells, really, really soft and clean and stuff like that. But they have these ones by Better Home and Garden that are really working, and it's like I put my meditation music on, and he got these ones called salted uh sage, and they are very like, they're light smelling, but it makes you very comfortable. And it was like when I first used them like a week, not even a week ago, no, earlier this week, and it was a new one, and they brought all these out. I guess it's like during tax time, because I almost went, me and my daughters almost had a fit when we went there. I'm like, I don't have enough money, and I got about 15 or 20 of these daggone things in my purse, in my basket. So I went ahead and got these. They're like $2 a piece. I guess it just depends on how y'all sales taxes and stuff go in different places. But they have these one by Better Homes and Gardens, and if you like the ones that, I don't know if a lot of people use those that, watch my videos, but I'm very like a scented person. Like every room I have, it has like a candle warmer um, that I use in different parts of my house. And people are like, Rosin Hunter Renew, even when I smoke weed or cigarettes, you wouldn't be able to smell that in my house because I kept everything so clean. And I have a bad habit. When I open the door, I want to be able to smell like somebody been cleaning really hard in their house. But they had this one. And they have the cedar lavender. I've been using the heck out of this one as well. It's by Scent Sensations. That's a different company, and they have these ones called Wild Lavender. And those are the ones, if you use those, if you like good scents, but you always like they have the Zen ones as well. It's called Zen, and it shows these like three big round rocks and stuff like that. They really, they make your house smell good, and you can, when you're inhaling it, it makes you, it makes, I don't know why it made me feel that way. I don't know if it was just because I took a pain reliever at the same time, but it was like, I felt like I was on like a Valium drip. I'm like, wait a minute, it feels so peaceful in here. But yeah, it just really made me feel that way. But yeah, back to the video. I just had to tell y'all about that. It was like, uh, you know, having all those different things in here always makes me, I use the one at least about twice a week for the, the negative vibes and stuff coming from me, and as well as, my house. I like to have those and everything like that. But yeah, um, the video, becoming fearless, your life becomes limitless, which is so true, because a lot of times we don't like doing, stepping out of our comfort zone and doing something totally different, even though the universe is like really, sends vibes of signs or whatever, to put you on your when they're putting you on your, your spiritual path. They give you signs or different urges, like, hey, I need you to do this, or there are certain things that you've always dreamt of doing, but you didn't have the nerve for it, or just being able to have the whole concept of how is this going to come to be. Anytime it's like stuff like that, they want you to just do things that scare you. And it's just like a lot of times, it's like with my dad, I used to get very aggravated with that, but now I see it's not, I heard a lot of different people say that about him, that I was, the same thing I felt. He always pushed you out your comfort zone. And it was like when I always sing songs with him, like I put his music on YouTube, and I sing it. And there's a couple of videos that I've done in the past, he was like, they need to hear you sing. I'm like, they need to what? He's like, they really need to hear you sing. And I was like, I don't know about all that. And he was like, come on, we sing very good together. So it would be certain songs he would push me out to do, because he was just like, your extended family needs to see different parts of you. You show your empathic mushy side. There are certain times, the emotions come up, and y'all know, if you've been with me for a while, I hate crying. But the universe wants me to be able to show that, not because I'm looking for views or any likes, because some people think that way. But I feel like when you're going through a lot of different things, it allows you to be able to comfortably relate to others on the things that's going on in their life. And you're like, okay, I'm glad I'm not the only one feeling this way about certain situations that I've been placed in. Or, and it could be, sad emotions, as well as, emotions of happiness. There's so many different things we go through at the time, and at times I get aggravated. That's my, it was just like, I love being an empath, but I hate feeling things so intensely, you know. And it was like, I know I went through a very crazy shift yesterday, and it was like I was cleaning my house yesterday, because I had to really take a break and recharge everything for me, because it was like, when I say everything is intensifying in me, it really intensifies. And I just had to feel, I was feeling kind of burnt out. So I had to allow myself not to just do anything except get up on my rest. And plus, I didn't sleep that much that night, the night before either. But, I had this vision about my cat. She's a Benical cat. She's a hybrid. I think it's mixed with cheetah and the feral cats or whatever. But I had this snippet of a a vision that she got hit by a car, and I was just like, she was outside at that moment. You talking about somebody, dropped everything I was doing. I'm like, let me get her back in this house, because I let her go outside. She's always one of those ones, she will cry right at the door if you don't let her out. Now she can just go outside like about probably 10-15 minutes before, and then come back in and then whine and cry, and she know what she's doing too, because she'll do this, and I'm like, you know what, your little sneaky ass, because she does that puss in boots thing with me, like, I'm like, if you don't stop, I'll get mad at her. I'm like, go outside, go. And then next thing you know, because I have my stray cats that I feed on the outside. I had like about 11 before, but it always seems like the ones that stick out from all the rest of them either came up missing or they passed away. So I'm on my way to go to the when I brought her in, it didn't happen, but I was just like, oh my God, but I felt this yesterday. And then this morning I went right after I did my last video, I had to go to the store and get me some little supplies and stuff like that. And I go out, and it's one of my cats that I've had since I moved in this house, and it broke my heart that somebody hit her, and I thought it happened this morning, but my ex was like, no. Even my daughter, I text her on my way to go to the store, and I was crying, getting really emotional. And I said, somebody hit white girl. We call her white girl. We had a black one. We call her black girl at the same time. But she was hit, and it was like, when I read up on it, it says it's death of an innocent. But the way I seen that, it was like that was your rebirth, and it was like when I felt that, I heard rebirth. It's not, where it is, they say it's bad luck. It's like a taking of an innocent, or something happened, taking of an innocent. Not, but when I felt it, and then the numbers that came right after that, it's like, no, you just went through an intense rebirth. Because I knew right after I did this video right before I did this one, I felt a big shift while I was, doing my videos and stuff like that. And it really hit me hard that I lost her, even though she's like been a stray cat. I've been feeding her for like 6 years. So it was like all my babies outside. I got two inside, and I probably got 4 or 5 of them now left out of the 11, because the other ones just come around when they're in heat, or they got pregnant or something like that, and they leave up again. But it's just like you're allowing yourself, sorry, that was an ADD moment. You're allowing yourself to being able to really just drop the chains, being able to challenge your challenges, allow yourself to step out that comfort zone. Because a lot of times we get scared because of the things that we're facing in life. But those are the reason why, that, like, if we're facing the things that we suppress for so long, and it's hard to be able to come to terms with that, because you knew this one put you in your feelings. Certain situations really put you in your feelings. Certain situation had you very traumatized to where you don't deal with certain, whatever that surrounds that, that situation. It made you look at like situations oriented like that, like if there was, somebody that you dated, and really, like, you really went through, some domestic type toxic situations with that person, from that, people put walls up. They didn't, if they did deal with people, it was like, especially, friends with benefits, just had sexual partners and then bunked out. Or they would have one of those types that date one person, get it, get whatever they need to get, and bunk out, because they never wanted to feel that, that that kind of situation. I've dated guys like that really start showing, love for me, but then they didn't like the way that felt, because it made them feel somewhat like they were getting weak. And so they would personally, do stuff in front of me just to sabotage that. And I was just like, you think I don't know what you're doing, and but I went ahead and broke peace with that, because you only got one time to do that to me. I ain't got time for all that. But sometimes people do that. When you're allowing yourself to knock those walls off, you're taking those chains off. Like I said in the other video, it's like you're drowning, and you have that cement block that is chained up to it, that has chains on it, that is attached to your leg. You're allowing those things to come off. It's always good to try something new. It's always good to be open to what is trying to be given to you, because a lot of times we go through these different things, and we try to venture off of it, and we always analyzing in our head, and don't realize we're self-sabotaging ourselves. What if it doesn't go right? Or what if this doesn't happen? Or what is universe is like, shoot, if you don't listen to what I'm trying to tell you, do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth? They're basically telling you, if they send you towards somewhere, what makes you think that they're going to set you up for failure? Now, if somebody off the street, I can really see that. But if if your guide from the universe is urging you to go to a certain direction, go there. You never know. This could be something that is out the norm for you, but not realizing, like, say, if you really wanted to do something and didn't know how it was going to happen, when they illustrate something, basically like they're maneuvering different things. They orchestrate certain things in your life. Like it could be something totally off the norm, that what you're trying to bring, to your manifestation, into your reality. They're sending something that doesn't. It's like, well, I'm trying to do this. What does this got to do with this? They tell you just to go, and then come to find out, the thing that they sent you for is going to be something that it can merge right into the things that you're trying to bring to your manifestation. And you're just like killing two birds with one stone. And it's like not just adding one blessing to your life, but maybe two or three, and it all merge into that thing that you're trying to manifest into your reality. So when you're allowing yourself to look outside the box and do things that feels different to you, and I've been trying to push myself out of stuff like that, doing things is different, allowing yourself to be guided with the flow, not allowing yourself to be analyzing everything that goes through. Because sometimes I do that real quick. I'm like, what is this? What is this? Why I got to do this? And it was just like, if you don't just stop asking all these questions and just go, when they send you somewhere, go. When you're allowing yourself to get past those what ifs, or if I can't, you're using all those negative words. And that's a lot of time they always say, why you let the devil lead you. And I'm like, what are you talking about? But if you sit up here and say, I want to be happy, but this always keeps coming up, or I'm having a good time, but this keeps coming up, but you always putting that but into it. When you're allowing yourself to do things, nothing can affect you unless you give it your attention, unless you allow yourself to focus on that. Nothing can be, nothing can affect you unless you give it that attention to. It's just like I used to always say, and you probably heard me say it in my videos, and I had to allow myself to stop doing that as well. I said people would come into my life and, try to block me on my blessings when they found out the truth about me, or didn't want to see that happen for me. When they noticed that, they didn't want to believe what I was telling them or who I said I was related to. And then when they started seeing things, all of a sudden they did everything in their power to make sure that didn't come to fusion for me. So it was just like, these people can't block something that's for me if I'm not giving that energy for that. If I'm, telling stuff, telling what the left hand, what the right hand is doing, then yeah, you're automatically allowing them to dictate about what kind of limits they're placing on your life for what kind of blessings you're trying to get in your life. And or it's just like that energy that they're carrying, you're allowing yourself to be open towards that. And that's where a lot of times, you hanging out with people, you saying certain things, those are the things that blocks your blessings. You can be like, well, see, and I told you this was going to happen. You put all that focus on that, and that's why I did block it. Because what is for you, no matter who says what, somebody don't wish you have it, or they trying to go all the way out their way to try to make sure you don't get it. When God says yes, it's not gonna matter who said no. If you know your spirit guides, your loved ones that's passed, your archangels, everything that's in the power that be. If you have main faith and belief in them, it's not gonna matter who is trying to plot against you. Because whoever's trying to plot against you, it's not gonna work. It's not gonna fall through. No weapon formed against you can prosper. It's not, because they already protected you for that. Now, if there are certain situations that has to go into full circle, that has to happen, that's going to happen regardless, because all these, there's a chain of events you have to go through at times just for things to have a whole full circle. So when that's over and done with, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So it's just like, I appreciate the negative situations I've been in, because I've seen where I allowed fear get in the way of my path. The hanging with the wrong people made me, not get to where I need to go. Being cocky about certain things. I just had to let all that stuff go. Just going by the norm, just allowing myself not to worry about the future. My future is already protected. My future is already blessed. I don't have to worry about that. I'm just doing what I need to do now, helping people that I love to help. And it is just like being able to do that allows me to really see everything. you know because it's just like when you are fixated on your future, that means that you are, you're having doubts about when it's going to come through. If you already know you placed it there, and it took me a long time to understand that when you know you wanted something good in your life, and this is going to impact not just your life but people in surrounding, like this can have a chain effect. When they already knew this is what they were going to have you do, but you had to be able to believe in it, have a blueprint. And if you, even if you had your blueprint and it was kind of messed up for that, don't don't think it's behind closed doors. People are not working their way for you for that to happen. There's people I connect with on that, on that private level, and they tell me, Roslyn, I want to be able to do this. And I said, you know what? When you come up with a game plan, number one, pray about it, and allow yourself to put up a game plan about how you want to do certain things, and just allow yourself to, be maneuvered towards certain things. And if your universe is trying to guide you towards something else, you don't know, that might be an extra blessing, just because of the fact is you're trying to orchestrate this into your life. And those are the things that happens for you. That's why I had to allow myself to not be worried about what's going on right now. Yes, I had certain situations that has taken place, and people got really comfortable and cocky with the things that they've done to me. But I have to allow myself to worry about me. Even though these things did happen to me, everything has a reason for happening, and whatever is done in the dark, it eventually comes to the light. But I'm allowing myself to, you know, see, work on my visions, allowing myself to speak my, my experiences out, to be able to help, you know, others find their clarity in the things that they go through. A lot of us don't have voices like that. And it's not, to put down anybody, but there's a lot of times people don't want to be vocal about the experience they have, either because that's something they're very ashamed of, or it brings up old wounds, or it's just they're worried about what people might think and say if they talk about those things, you know. So I don't allow fear to get in my life. So when I allow myself to walk away from that, that makes my life limitless, because I'm allowing myself to go anywhere I want to, not putting chains on, convincing anybody of anything or worrying about exposing anybody. I did my part. I'm still doing my part, and allowing myself to become all I can be and more. Like I said, I never, compete against anybody. The person I compete against is just the person that just left, myself, me, myself, and I. That's the only person I compete against, and just being able to do more for my life, being more better for my life, doing more better for my life, and it's just like when I talk to other people and they'll tell me about their situation, you can be that kind reminder. It's just like, it's okay. We all did things that we're not that proud of. We have done mistakes. That's the reason why we had to do dumb stuff, so we can learn from those dumb things so we can't do it again. Being able to be better than you were last week or last year or anything like that, allowing yourself to go for yours. You know what you want to bring into your life. You know what you want to manifest. And then it's just like things we fear what we don't understand. We fear what we don't see, and it's a lot of times they, universe wants you to be able to trust in them. They know what you're trying to do. They know what things you have went through, the things you endured in your life. But when they picked you to go on a certain path for you to not just help heal yourself, but being able to reflect your experiences as well as your salvation towards others, for them to have that domino effect. And when you're allowing yourself to do that, and they know what you're trying to bring into their life, oh, it's already yours. It's just they want you to do this. They have that confidence in you that you're going to do everything you need to do, but they want you to be able to reflect things that they already know that's within you already. So you have to allow yourself to not put limitations on your, don't put limitations on your challenges. You challenge your limitations. You have to be able to do that, and being able to know, nothing can stop you but you. If it's up to anything, it'll be God and universe, and they already know what you're capable of. But a lot of times we are scared of, recognizing what's in us, because it start, that all our matters and all our words and all our answers and everything is hide behind unsurety, doubts, fears, you know, um, what else? Doubts, fear, not believing, all those different things, all those negative words hides, everything that you're looking for hides behind all those things that you place in your daily way, in your daily routine. So if you allow fear to dissolve, doubts to dissolve, uncertainty to dissolve, oh man, ain't nothing gonna be able to stop you. Because it's like, if you want to do something, even though you might not have like the monetary value or whatever, but when they know that you're going and being that go-getter, and you're allowing yourself to maneuver yourself around these obstacles, you're not letting obstacles stop you. There's always a way around something. Just because you have gone on your trials and your tribulations, going on your path and dealt with trials and tribulations, what you want in life. I had to deal with it going on for years, No, 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 no. I still kept on going. You're not going to, just because you said no is the next opportunity for me. There's always a way around certain things. And I had to allow myself to keep going. Just because they said no, don't mean somewhere down the line, I'm not going to get that yes that I've been waiting for. Your light grows stronger every day. When you're allowing yourself, even when you feel like you're falling short in life, or it just seems like your emotions are trying to get the best of you, when you ask your archangels, can you help, please help me get the strength to keep going, because at times you get drained. I do it all the time, because there's things that I've been wanting to get closure for, just being able to have a peace of mind even when things aren't going the way I saw fit, or there's things that are going on for me that I really have been hurt about, but I allowed myself to keep going. I allowed myself to keep doing for me as well as others, and not asking any question about that. You know, things might not turn out the way you want them, but don't mean it's not going to turn out for you, but it might turn out in unexpected ways. You get things that you really needed that peace of mind for, and you just have to keep moving, allowing yourself to, when you feel overwhelmed, allow yourself to take that break if you can. I had to do that yesterday because it's like not getting enough sleep. You're helping out a lot of people, but then when you go and I constantly go and help people and stuff like that. But there's a lot of times when I need to go ahead and recharge for me. And I tell people that it's like I love to be able to help people. If I didn't want to help people, I wouldn't tell them other ways they can get in touch with me. But I always ask, just respect the fact of what I'm doing, because it's like a lot of times I understand when people need to talk, they need somebody to vent to. I tell them to come to me, you know, and I'll help them out the best way I can. But there's a lot of times people just heart that their energy on you and not even ask you, hey, are you in that you in a stage where you can talk to me? There's some people that I guess they've been watching my videos and they know what I'm talking about. And it's not like I'm trying to be rude or anything, but there's a lot of times you have to understand there's days that when people come to you and you're just straight running on fumes, and it's not like you want to snap at this person because nobody doesn't know what you're going through, but they're so used to coming to you about advice. You allow them to be heard when they're talking to you. And I just ask people to just, hey, how are you doing today? Is it okay if you talk to me about this, because I really need somebody to talk to. Now I can see if it's an extreme emergency, like if you at that point where you feel like you don't want to live no more and stuff like that. I tell people, go ahead. I'll go ahead and block myself and keep your energy there and keep my energy here, so it's not overwhelming anybody. Now that's a whole different story. But if there's something that you really need to talk to me about, but it can wait for a minute, that's all I ask people. Just ask me if I have the mental state capacity just to deal with what you got to deal with, because just you're going through stuff, I'm going through it too. I'm just on here doing it because this is like a very positive outlet for me. I love what I do because there's so many people that gave them that clarity that was needed, gave them that friendly peace of mind, just to remind them, days are hard, days can fall short for you, but doesn't mean it's always going to be that way. These certain things is taking place in your life for a reason. There is a purpose behind every painful situation you have been in, and if you're still here to be able to tell somebody else that was your strength right there. A lot of times we don't understand our strengths come from our tragedies. Uh, our better well-being comes from the things we experience in life that it was really hard. But you have to allow yourself to keep working at it. It's not always going to be that way, because it's just like when you finally get to where you want to get to, you're going to understand why things were hard for you, because you weren't going to understand, you weren't going to appreciate it if you didn't have to go through things. You have to be able to allow yourself to not let fear stand in the way of what you're trying to do, because when you do that, you know you mess your own self up. Because like I used to do it myself when I felt like, oh, I don't know if I got the energy for this, or even be a strong person to deal with this. Wait a minute, hold up, wait a minute, woo woo, and I'll go self-sabotage something on purpose because I feared what was coming towards me. And it's like, when it's for you, it's going to be for you. You have to be able to believe in it. You have to be able to know that you have the capacity, or even the well-being or the mindset to do anything that they're trying to gift you with, because that's a blessing, but you have to be able to go through rock bottom for you to appreciate and maintain the blessings they're about to gift you with. When they're always telling you no, but they keep sending you in different directions. They just want to see, are they going to have that mentality to where no matter what, they're going to do what it takes to maintain what I'm about to bless them with. And a lot of times people just walk away from that and don't realize they were a hairline away from the forehead of opening the door of all type of blessings. But since they gave up on that, now they got to live in a life of regret. I've met a lot of people, like where I used to work at a retirement home where there was, lawyers, doctors, and stuff like that, and teachers. And the worst thing they said, I said, is there anything you ever regretted in life? That was just like not doing everything I had, wanted to do. I placed fear in front of the things that I didn't want to do. And now it's like at that age, I really can't move around like I wanted to. And I was like, well, Dad, I feel you. I understand, you know. And it was like I met a lot of people that I admired. I wasn't really around my grandparents. So I kind of, treated them like they were mine, you know. It was funny, God rest her soul, Miss Gerald. She was like one of the ones that were like, man, you can't work with her. She was one of them old bitches. And I was like, what? Like she was really mean. And I was just like, okay. But I said I try not to go off of other people's opinions when I got assigned to her. And she was that woman who did everything on her own. And she was up in her age. I think she was like 94, 95 years old. And it was like when I had to go do things in her apartment for her, and she was just like, well, I like to do this. I said, look, Miss Gerald, you know, I had to get to know her first before I had to feel her out, because it was just like I didn't want to go by what other people said, but I'm gonna make sure I got my guard up because I don't know, you know. And it was like after I got to know that woman, um, it was like she sat down. She's like, "Come sit down here by me, baby." I said, "Yes, ma'am." And then she was just like, I don't want you to feel like I'm following you around, like, you're gonna do anything. I'm just so used to doing things on my own. I said, you know what? Now I'm glad you approached me with that because I didn't want you to think that I was going to come steal something out of your house. I'm in the South. You got some of them folks to be thinking that. But she was she just set in her ways. And it was like when I finally got to talk to her, and I told her, I said, I understand I said, you are that person that you used to doing everything you did on your own. But she got at that age where it pissed her off because she couldn't do the things she was doing, and she don't like that because it felt like, you know she couldn't do it. And I said, no, let's picture it this way. And I told her, you know just look at it is that you've been doing everything you possibly could since your children are grown. They're doctors and lawyers and stuff. They following behind y'all footsteps. I said, this is God's way of blessing you. You done did everything you needed to do for your children and for others. Well, this is that time they're giving you that golden opportunity of rest. Allow somebody to work services for you. You've been doing it for years. Now it's just your payback. And she just got really watery eyed. She's like, I just hate that I can't do anything on my own. And I said, I understand that. But don't think somebody's trying to rob you of your independence. They're trying to bless you with another blessing of telling you to take that rest. Now sit your little butt down over there and let me go ahead and do this and act like you're drinking on mimosa. And she started laughing. She started wiping her tears. And it's like, I don't even drink. I said, well, you going to drink today. So go ahead and sit down. I said, here's your Geritol and here's your juice. Now make it happen. And she just started laughing. And then it was like, she saw who I was, and I didn't even know who it was. She had given me, she was a sweet old Jewish lady. And she was just like, you know what? You're going to be somebody's angel one day. You're going to impact the world with your love. And then she's like, you're that angel that, I've been looking for a long time. And then she gave me a big hug. And a few weeks later, she passed on. It took me there, because I always looked at her, and people were like, I don't know what you did to her. I said, if you really got to sit down and listen to that woman, I said, she's so sweet. She ain't used to people like me. So when I sat down and got to know her, you're already preconceiving somebody or jumping conclusions about this person being mad when all it is that they're just so used to doing things on their own. Is like basically saying that they're lazy or something like that. And I said, no, just change the way you're looking at it. It was just a blessing. And then, being able to be open with her, and I just seen her in my head. So that lets me know that she's near me. But yeah, I really love that job. And I said, but when I started losing a lot of my my adopted grandparents, I had to leave that job because I took it too personal, way too personal. I was about to, fight some daggone management just because they didn't let me know that they passed, and I wasn't able to pay my respects. So it was just like that job got too much for me because I just think of those type of people as my grandparents since I didn't have the opportunity to do that. But yeah, it made me think about her. And she always used to make her laugh or whatever. I'm like, here is your juice if you don't go sit down somewhere. She was like, you the only one I let talk to me like that. Because I said, I'm telling you out of respect. I ain't trying to disrespect you now. You one of my elders. I ain't trying to do that. But yeah, it is just allowing yourself to be able to change the way you see things. Don't allow your doubts to get in the way of what you truly deserve. And a lot of times you have been in so many dark situations in your life to where you feel like the things you're being led to is like on an ambush, and it's not what it is. They feel like you've been going through all these different dark times. Why don't you allow yourself to be guided by the light they're trying to bless you with? Don't allow yourself to put up no wall when the universe is sending you that way. You only person you're hurting is yourself. And there's people around you and hope and pray that you don't succeed in what you're doing. So they already happy. The fact is you ain't going for it. So allow yourself. It's not about trying to prove yourself wrong to other people, but just prove this to yourself. And then, on the sweet side, your haters are sitting up here looking at you, tell them to take a seat because they can't stand to see you blessed. Just tell them to take a seat. And they can probably learn something from you. But, I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. I'm going to go ahead and put out some more. I hope you have a blessed, safe weekend. Be responsible at every single thing that you do. And know that I hope whatever you're trying to bring to your reality comes 100 times more than what you asked for and comes so much sooner than you expected it to. So I want to give me a post notification shout out to uh, Demetrius, Demetria Williams, Jessica, Rachel, and Carrie Kate. Much love to you as well. And like and subscribe. Drop me a line. I would love the chance to hear from you. If you want to get in touch with me on a private note that you needed assistance with your spiritual path, you can always find me at Facebook Messenger. You don't have to have the actual Facebook page to sign up for Facebook Messenger. I know a lot of people like me don't deal with social media because it's becoming too crazy and heavy for you, and it really drains you. So you can actually have the messenger without having to have the page if you don't have it. Just send me a short text telling me, hey, you're part of the Heyoka family from YouTube and you wanted to connect with me, and just let me know about assistance on your spiritual path, and I'll help you out as best as I can. Everything is private and confidential, so you don't have to worry about whatever we discuss is it stays there. So I'll help you out as best way as I can. Like I said, like and subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Share, tell somebody about the videos, or even share my videos. I love it when y'all do that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So make sure you give out love, light, positivity, as well as prosperity, words, vibes, and frequencies. You never know; those things can really take somebody a long way. So, uh, I'll see you on my next video. So, peace. Much love to you. Be wild.